Guess why this video didn't bring me any leads for my coaching business?
Alright, in this video I'm going to prepare you for all the different reactions you're going to face when people are going to hear that you want to start an online business.
It's not the lighting, it's not the background, it's not even the script. The actual real problem here is that I sound like an idiot. Because if you listen to me, I'm screaming into the camera and I sound dumb. I literally do not sound smart. However, my IQ level didn't change to this video or that video. The only thing that changed is that I understand how to use tonality properly at this point. And I want to teach you the same thing. Tonality is just going to be key everywhere. Number one is you're going to have sales calls. And obviously your tonality is going to be super important on there. Number two is in your ads, on your YouTube channel, everywhere, your tonality is probably the only thing, which is literally one of those quick fixes where you change that and everything falls in place by just doing that. So let me break down how to actually sound good. Number one is finding a balance in between not screaming but not whispering. How loud you speak determines a lot of things, because you should structure this a little bit over the top, because if you talk to the camera exactly like you would talk to your friend, it actually might sound like you're a little bit low energy. However, if you know that, you start just screaming and going crazy, and that actually makes you sound really off-putting, and people are just noticing that something is off. So first of all, what I want you to do is I want you to stand in front of the camera, talk into the camera, and then watch the video back and pretend like it's somebody else. Don't get emotionally attached to you speaking, what you're speaking, nothing matters here. The only thing you should be listening to at that point is, how do you sound? Does it sound a little bit weird? Is it over the top? Is it too quiet? Do you actually sound like you know what you're talking about? Or do you sound like you're not 100% sure? Because I remember this very vividly. In the beginning, the leads I've gotten for the e-commerce coaching business were honestly not the best. And the reason for that is nobody could really relate to me. So the leads which I generated through YouTube, they basically started telling me things in the sales calls like, hey, I don't know what it is, but I noticed something about you which just sounds very genuine. Something about you makes everything feel very relatable. I actually believe what you're saying is true. I didn't say anything different in my first video to my 50th video. Even on my first video, I knew what I'm saying. Nothing changed. And by the way, before even posting my first video, I already made 7 figures in business. I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't sound like it. The only change was I actually figured out how to just sound normal and natural. So to sum up here, rewatching your tape is going to be crucial, and you also need to show it to your friends, to your family, to everybody, and tell them up front, I don't want to hear any compliment. Please, you're not allowed to tell me anything positive about this video. I don't want to hear that. That's not why I'm doing it. The only things I want to hear is everything which you don't like here, especially about my tonality, especially about this, especially about that. And you basically go through everything step by step by step by step and just listen to what other people have to say about how you talk. One thing you definitely need is the ability to separate words in between each other. If you talk word by word, you sound much more confident and you sound like you know what you're talking about, and it's a very important point that you're making. Where I learned this was in objection handling in sales calls. I noticed how objections were handled by me talking super confident in this way. And even if I say something along the lines of, I do not care if you become my client, I truly do not care about that. The only thing I actually know right now is whatever. Power statements like this, where I separate the words, just hit that much different. And I noticed that along the way, where I understood if I talk in this way, more people buy. And on top of that, I noticed, hey, I don't even have to do that only in objection handling. If I talk well while I'm going through the sales script, I have less objections. It blew my mind when I understood this, but the reason why people are not buying is mostly they don't trust you. And you actually gain trust by sounding competent. This needs to be something which you need to constantly be training. Look at your sales calls, look at your YouTube videos, look at your content in general, speak in front of the camera and review how you're saying it. And you should basically always go 2 times through the whole thing. Number 1 is only listen to the tonality. Number 2 is only listen to the words you're actually speaking. Obviously, the things you're saying matter a ton. It's just that you can fuck everything up and people don't even want to listen to you if you don't have the tonality on point. The last little tip I want to give you here for specifically YouTube, you need to keep in mind that there are cuts. If you say something not in the perfect way, repeat yourself. If you say it again wrong, repeat yourself. Repeat it until you actually think it sounds good. On top of that, if you have some sort of bullet points or script which you prepared for the YouTube video, you need to do this. You look into the camera, you talk, you understand you fucked up, and then what you do is this. You look at the script, you look back to the camera, you don't talk yet, you look back to the camera first, and then you start talking. I fucked this up a lot of times where I basically look to the script and I start talking while I move my head here. And that kind of fucks up the whole video because it looks really weird and the cut kind of sucks. So if this whole video was valuable to you, you can subscribe to the channel because the next videos are just banger after banger after banger. If you're running some sort of service-based business, a coaching business, SMMA, whatever, you can actually sign up for a call with me and I'm gonna review what you're doing right now. Because if you're not even at least at 100K a month, you're doing a lot of things wrong. And I've actually been there and I can tell you what exactly you are doing wrong. So if you want me to review your business, you can click the link below, sign up for a call, and we're gonna find out if everything is a good fit. And if yes, we're gonna start working together in a long-term program. It's basically a mix of a done-for-you agency and a coaching business. We're, for example, gonna run ads for you and actually help you build your YouTube channel with paid advertisement. But also we're gonna teach you how to actually make good videos to even go viral. So if you're interested, click the link below and I will talk to you very soon.